keen and stimulating talk show, 50-50, is coming on next.
The world will find a vaccine. You will never win coronavirus. There is hope. The world will find a vaccine. You will never win coronavirus.
I know I cannot see, but coronavirus doesn't care who's blind or who can see. You wash our hands. Soap and water every day, or use sanitizer. God, forgive us. Save the world and stop coronavirus. God, forgive us. Save the world and stop coronavirus.
I said together we can do it, yeah. Together we can make it, we can see it, I said together we can do it, together we can make it, corona, yeah. Watch your head, I
watch. To the fine song right there by musician, Liberia, coronavirus.
That's your friend.
I'm gonna shut that 10:30 is the program 50-50 right here. Amidst the ravaging and deadly death of our variant, now and ever before, it's a time to demonstrate patriotism, love, care, and love and care for humanity, and stand up and be counted. Indeed, it is a time like these. Our true leadership is demanded from our leaders, especially in the fight against the COVID-19. What is Senator Nyomblee Karmga Lawrence doing in America? And what is her role in the fight against the deadly coronavirus of COVID-19? Just claiming the lives of Liberians. Our special speaker this morning will be Mr. Daniel Sando, Chief of Office Staff in the Office of Honorable Nyomblee Karmga Lawrence. Okay, to participate this morning, you can call on 0777-777-107, 0777-221-223. Those of you be watching us live from our Facebook page from afar out of Liberia, the numbers are +231-777-777-107 or +231-777-221-223 as WhatsApp. Or you can stay follow us on our YouTube channel, Sky FM and TV Liberia.
And welcome.
Shortly is a program 50-50. Good morning and welcome to the broadcast.
Out of Liberia,
Provoking and stimulating talk show, 50-50, is coming on next.
Good morning, Monrovia. Good morning, Habel. Good morning, Robertsfield. Good morning, Robertsport. Good morning, Tuduta. Good morning, Salala. Good morning, Macaque City. Good morning, Totmanburg. Good morning, Clay. Good morning, Bow Waterside. Good morning, Riverside. Good morning, Bapolo. Good morning, Buchanan. Good morning, Lag. Good morning, Caldwell. Good morning, Brewerville, Virginia, Camp David. My River L District 50 on the Monday morning on Sky 107.1 FM with this topic. Amidst the ravishing and deadly Delta variant, now than ever before is the time to demonstrate patriotism, love, and care for humanity, and stand up and be counted amongst your fellow compatriots. Indeed, it is in times like these that true leadership is demanded from our leaders, especially in the fight against COVID-19. What is Senator Nyomblee Karmga Lawrence doing in America, and what is her role in the fight against the deadly COVID-19, which is unfortunately claiming the lives of many, many Liberians? My special studio guest is Daniel Sando, Chief of Office Staff in the office of the Honorable Nyomblee Karmga Lawrence. By 11 o'clock, our lines will be open. Call us on 0777-777-107. You'll be live on 5050 on Sky 107 or better stay. Call us on 0777-221-223. Those two numbers are pinned on our Facebook page, Sky Communications Liberia. And you can get us on YouTube, Sky FM TV. My name is Steve Max. Of course, I'm the only grandson of my grandfather. And 5050, you just can be the experience. We'll be back right after the theme song.
Bring it on, brother, so I can rush to the bank before the line gets long.
So the bank honor this ring. Let me laugh at you small, yeah. Yeah, big girls like me do banking from anywhere. All I need is a nice cup of coffee and a chair. It's time to start transferring some cash around.
Oh, you can transfer money from your bank account to your phone?
Simple. My account is connected to my wallet. Standing in line at bank is the least of my worry these days.
Orange Money Bank to Wallet is now with EcoBank. Transfer your money from the bank to your Orange Money wallet and vice versa. Register today with Orange Money Bank to Wallet and worry no more about standing in long queues at the bank. Now you can do your bank transfers from anywhere using your phone. Just dial *144# and follow instructions.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Anybody who know I get money for them in the market here, bring them closer to me with your phone so I can send you quick cash. I'm too big to be holding people.
Bagu, you strong because the money you owe me is full of bucket. Anyway, we don't get any problem with you as long as you will add something to pay for the charges.
I got a surprise for you, Mampo.
Enjoy more than a month long of Orange Money transactions free of charge. Yes, perform these Orange Money services. Send money and buy goods and services free of charge. I mean, no fees attached. Don't just stand there. Dial *144# now.
It's all about what matters to you.
Orange.
Hello, your number one 100% Liberian-owned professional garage and auto parts dealer, Uptown Garage, is still around and going stronger and getting better. Yes, Uptown Garage at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets, after 20 years in the business, has a new spare parts store known as Uptown Spare Parts on Broad Street side. You don't have to order spare parts from overseas. You can purchase brand new spare parts for your car from us. No more used parts. For original spark plug from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to us. Uptown Garage has a branch at Rehab that you can also count on. We have a diagnoser that can find and we fix any problem on your car. With our sophisticated equipment, we give 1 month warranty. We provide a tow truck free of charge if it's our garage that will work on your car, but we can tow your car anywhere for a fee. Uptown Garage has been around for 20 years now, providing reliable, efficient, and professional services and durable auto parts for your car. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 0777 553317, 0886-553317, or at our rehab branch on 0770-902865. Our email address is uptowngarage2014@gmail.com. Uptown Garage, always the best. Forget the rest.
Thank you very much. Back in 5050 on Sky 107. I got 3 newspapers here, like New Liberia newspaper, front page, and Inquirer newspaper. Let me give you the banner headlines on the front and back pages of the 3 newspapers. Let's begin with the New Liberian. It said, Ministry of Agriculture empowers women vegetable farmers. MCC commences roadside structures demolition. VP Taylor launches COVID-19 books. And it says In the government of Liberia petition filed, it is said that Mr. J. Browning Samuka had been convicted, be a convicted felon, and is not competent to occupy any public office, as in keeping with Section 3.1 and Section 3.23 of the new elections law and Section 50.12 of the new penal law of Liberia. That is contention grow out of is adversary opinion of the National Elections Commission, and that Samuka is a convicted felon and is disenfranchised or citizen. Pay it or lose it. Samuka order to restitute stolen AFL money. YS said July 19 extended date for examination. The back page of the New Liberian says VP Taylor partners break ground for safe home facility. Cut our pay to save our people from COVID-19. Representative Cole pleas with fellow lawmakers. Unfair Institute new guidelines for travelers. We move on with Philip. We say Inquirer newspaper government relocates red light market today. Samuka suffers political setbacks as chamber justice pay-based certification for stealing $930,500 for stealing US $930,500. Carlando drags GT Bank to court today. The back page of the Inquirer newspaper said for squandering vehicle registration fees, transport dismisses 4 of its employees. JHR FIJA conducts 2-day virtual human rights training. The last page, of course, the last newspaper, of course, is the front page newspaper said bleak political future for Samuka. Chambers Justice ruling leaves Lofa County Senator-elect hopeless. What happens when India shuts down implication on Liberia's survival on rice import? Empress mindset pushing women beyond their limits. Liberia to benefit about $350 million to support economic growth through major infrastructure investment in the post-COVID-19 era and support fight against COVID-19 through vaccination. Ruling party youth frowns on government officials showing off luxurious lifestyle in midst of concrete poverty. Against the proport, it says, and it continues, it bewilders us that people like Eugene Nambwid and Emmanuel Porto will engage in extravagance while the masses of our people still struggle for better living conditions. The action of both individuals undermine the sense of belonging that we envisaged for our people as a grassroots movement. Hassan Newman, Assistant Secretary, CDC Youth Movement. The back page of the front page newspaper said Liska FC Unification Corps set to kick up. Those are the 3 newspapers we have today. You can buy them and read them. You get an understanding of what is trending today in the library news landscape. Today, as we speak, amidst the ravishing and the deadly Delta variant, now and ever before, there's the time to demonstrate patriotism, love, and care for humanity, and stand up and be counted among your colleagues. Indeed, in times like these, that true leadership is demanded from our people, especially in the fight against COVID. What is Nyomblee Karmga Lawrence doing in America, and what is our role in the fight against deadly disease, deadly COVID-19, which is claiming the lives of many, many Liberians, especially guest Daniel Sando, Chief of Office Staff, Nyomblee Karmga's office, the Honorable Grant Basakano. Good morning, Sando.
Good morning, T-Max. I'm elated to be on your platform this morning.
Thank God I'm alive because Nyomblee told me to buy non-perishable food, so I bought that already, and we're eating that.
Well, T-Max,
while she's in the States. What is she doing there?
Yes, good that we're here to talk about some of the initiative that Senator Lawrence has embarked upon. in her capacity as Senator of Grand Bassa County, and also as chairperson of the CPP. So yes, I'm happy that you invited me. Our office is also in tune following this conversation. The senator will be arriving in the country today. Yeah, so thank you for inviting us, T-Max.
What is she doing in America? Basel are crying. They're afraid, terribly afraid with this COVID, especially with this Delta variant. And Nyomblee is staying in the comfort of America.
No, T-Max,
what is she doing there?
For those who have followed the working of Senator Nyomblee Karmga Lawrence, they bear testament to the fact that she's not an insensitive leader. I tell you what, when Ebola virus was ravishing this country, I mean, far beyond what COVID has done to us, it took the effort of people like Senator Nyomblee Karmga Lawrence to get the attention of the world to Liberia. The Bassa people, the citizens of Grand Bassa County, will tell the story that she led a very robust anti-Ebola campaign in Grand Bassa County. And her own foundation, the Nyomblee Cares Foundation, was very pivotal in that direction through the mobile clinic. In fact, there are untold stories about some of the successes at the school during the fight against Ebola virus in Grand Bassa County and beyond.
But that was then.
That was not then, T-Max. We find ourselves in similar situations. We're fighting an invisible enemy. The government hands are tied, apparently because of lack of focus or limited resources. So, I mean, elected officials have to step up to the plate to ensure that they buttress the effort of national government, and that's what she's doing. Senator Lawrence is particularly in the states at the point in time to procure some supplements, basic equipment and items that are needed to fight COVID-19. You already know that we need, for the fighting COVID-19 require oxygen. She has been filling tanks of oxygen, donating to hospitals, and the Dillon has also been doing that. But then again, when she departed the country to go to the United States to get these supplements, the government hospitals in Grand Bassa County sent a whole list of items that they needed. For example, you take the oxygen tank, fill this tank in, but they do not have the connectors, right? The oxygen connectors. I mean, COVID-19 is not curable even if you took the vaccine. So yes, people, they prescribe supplements, and she bringing treatment for almost like 10,000 persons. Those treatment will be distributed to hospitals across Liberia, including Moserado County. Okay, the shipment the item that she acquired so far from through her foundation, all cannot be brought into the country by cargo because they are very huge in quantity. So they already placed some on the continuum. The one that she could bring as urgent as possible, she has already placed it on the plane, and she'll be arriving in Liberia this evening. And so the items will be distributed across. When she comes, we want to ensure that she speaks to the press.
Is she coming along with those items?
She's coming with the items, right? But they are in limited quantity because everything cannot come on the plane. The very huge portion of the donation, the supplements, items that are needed to fight COVID-19, they're going to be arriving in the country. When you ship the container from the States,
about 6 weeks.
About 6 weeks, it's going to be arriving in the country, and we're going to make, invite the public to know.
So hopefully by September they should be here.
They should be here. But what she can bring right now, those supplements very expensive. Talk about $90 US for a bottle, and she bringing treatment for at least about 10,000. I can reach to 10,000. That will be admitted in the very
hospital. Where she get all that money from?
Well, it's a personal initiative.
Is it the same 30,000 each lawmakers?
Well, 30,000. What are you talking about?
This means that lawmakers talk then.
But we sat right here and we announced to the public that Senator Lawrence has since donated her share of 15,000 to the construction of a public school that was uncompleted. She and Honorable Gabriel Smith started the school. He was defeated. The school was abandoned. Since Mr. Weah became president, no legislator had received county development fund, which is very unfortunate. So she saw it possible. Very, very impressive to see that we have to complete the school to add up to the analysis of government schools in Grand Bassa County. And I think the people appreciate that. So it has nothing to do with the 15,000 that was received by the office. What she's doing on these items were acquired through the intervention. The Nyomblee Cares Foundation has a boy in the USA. Right? Yes, they have a boy in the USA. So they opened up for donations and everything. Some that were not donated, she purchased them through with her own personal cash. But what matters is that she's not merrymaking in America, as our friends from the CDC will have us believe that, oh, Senator Lawrence left the country and she's in America. But has she not gone to the United States for the last 3 weeks, she wouldn't have acquired those items to be brought here, because 28 other senators are in Monrovia. What are they doing? Okay, that's a question. So it was good for them to reach out to come back to the people so that they can put smiles on the faces of the people. Because I tell you what, the hospitals, the government hospitals are the most deplorable facility across the country. You go to Buchanan, the government hospital there is almost, non-functional, right? So it takes the intervention of these elected officials to have things going. So yes, Senator Lawrence, I think you saw what she posted on her social media page, which are very good herself, to tell you how serious she is in the fight against COVID-19. The senator herself is loading the boxes on the continuum. That's humanity, right? Servant leadership. That's what we seek for. So yes, so she's going to be back to the country today, and we hopefully will be inviting the press to have her at the office maybe tomorrow. Because of COVID, we want to reduce the size of the media people going to be inviting. But I think it will be important that the public hear from the horse's mouth, because she's been away from the country for the last 3 weeks, and a lot has been said. Some other thing was said on purpose because of propagandistic reasons, but it's politics now, and it's Liberia we hear. I think in the end, what we should look forward for is what the Liberians.
What should our colleagues emulate from our example? For her, she have Nyomblee Cares Foundation, which board is in the States.
Yes.
What about the other senators? What role should they play? Those that cannot go to America to acquire the stuff.
I have frequently said that giving the overly centralized form of government that we have in this country, which create for an imperial presidency, and everybody look up to central government for everything. It places a lot of responsibility, extra responsibility. So now in Liberia, the responsibility of a lawmaker is not just to represent, provide oversight, and to make law. You also need citizen engagement. You need to do personal initiative. So yes, other senators can also copy from her good example to organize initiative on behalf of themselves. The same opportunity she has to go to the United States, they have it.
If we were to put dollars and cents, what are we talking about?
Well, you're talking about almost $35,000-$40,000.
Because I call it the Communist Foundation.
Yes,
said this stuff by putting about $150,000,
which is laudable.
And yes. I think that people should step up to the plate.
Of course. And I like the way leaders in the CPP have really engaged this COVID-19 battle. I listened to Mr. Cummings. He was very unequivocal. He said COVID does not pick and choose. He doesn't know who is a member of the CPP, who is a sedition. It hit anybody. It doesn't discriminate. So that alone should tell you that we have a responsibility, especially for those who are privileged to be well off. You need to give back to society. So I think this is part of the political corporate social responsibility, to the community. So I encourage other elected officials, not just to say that.
I don't know how Nyomblee is going to do this. Comments. I'm your CPP doctrine and CPP philosophy and CPP way of doing things. Kwame said, okay, I'll help the government.
Yeah,
we contribute
through his foundation,
and to work with the government. I talked to him the other day on the radio, and he said, look, all the suggestions we have, I will make that representation to the president. Is Nyomblee going to go through the same channel? Hey, Mr. President, Minister of Health and Social Welfare, this is what I brought in the fight. How's she going to do it?
Well, I tell you what,
or she put this stuff and give it. They said if charity begins at home. These are my people that elected me. They are in Basel. I reside in Basel. So instead of waiting for government to go to Basel, let me go to Basel and start serving my people.
Well, I tell you what, T-Max, when Senator Lawrence was during the COVID-19 in several continuums of hospital beds, medical supplies.
You mean Ebola then?
Yes, Ebola. And President Salif named her as the most single highest contributor to the fight against Ebola virus. Now, those items were not only concentrated in Bassa. I remember then the late Eugene Farakbaka was representing Foya district, because Lofa County was one of the counties that was hardest hit by the Ebola virus. Some of those items were taken to
the Foya.
Yes, Lofa County.
Lofa County.
The Tedewunya Hospital benefited.
In Fonjima.
Yes. In Moserado County, JFK benefited, right? in Grand Bassa County, the government hospitals or the private clinic benefited. So I'm not too sure that what she giving the voluminous importation that she's making, and I'm not too sure everything is just going to be concentrated in Grand Bassa County. Well, she's also going to make some donations in the name of the CPP, not for political reasons, but there are people out there who are looking forward to see what CPP would do as an institution.
It's a government in waiting.
Yes, what CPP can do as a government in waiting, as a political institution, what can they do? So as of the CPP, some of these items are going to be donated to the hospitals in the name of the CPP.
Of course.
It's non-political, but CPP has a responsibility to the community, to the people they aspire to represent. So it's going to be done that way. And they're also going to be done on the basis of where the red zones are. Okay. So
where the concentration is.
Yes, I mean, that's going to be one point of consideration. So, for example, Maserati County is
the epicenter.
It's the epicenter of this third wave of the virus, the outbreak. So we're going to be concentrating much of that in Maserati County also, not forgetting the people of Grand Bassa County, because they have been looking forward to her.
So all this time Nyomblee was hustling, and what we thought Nyomblee was having jolly.
Well, I mean, T-Max, our country is such that, somebody said
that the same thing we opposition people thought when John, we are in the midst of the COVID, went to France, and people say, "Oh, he went to France. He just want to enjoy himself while we dying here."
No, but opposition
don't get visit produce a lot of stuff.
The criticism when you come to juxtapose the return from the president trip to France, juxtapose a T-Max.
Yeah,
I want you to be very empirical. The president go to France and he come out, the people give him tear gas. I mean,
why you call tear gas?
They brought tear gas.
Why you call tear gas?
The whole government
delegation. No, for the COVID, but tear gas.
Well, T-Max, I'm not too sure that our president had to charter a private plane, fly 37 person to France, attend a forum where he was not speaking, only to bring 40,000 testing kits to Liberia. I don't think it was a rational decision on the part of the government. I don't think so. Liberia and France has got very outstanding diplomatic relationship, right? The French embassy was very, very unequivocal in the statement release that the government committed to provide 40,000 testing kits. I'm not too sure that President Weah should have traveled to France just to get 40,000 testing kits. Do the cost. The president, the statement that was issued by the French embassy even went further to inform the public that the president chartered a private jet and that the private jet will bring the 40,000 testing kits back to Liberia. I'm not too sure that was a wise decision. We could have stayed here. The president could have stayed on the ground. So it was against that backdrop that he was criticized. In the case of Senator Lawrence, I'm not too sure that she would have gotten these items had she not gone to the United States. Besides that, her trip didn't come in the wake of the outbreak of the third wave of COVID. She had left the country before it went red. Okay. She had left the country before it went red. So being a leader who is far-sighted and visionary, she said, I can use one stone to kill two birds. I'm in the US having high-profile meetings with congressional delegations and other people. So my country is hard hit. I need to organize meetings. I need to raise funds through my foundation to get the items and take them back home because my people will be looking up to me. So for those who blindly criticize her, maybe out of political hatred or out of, forgive my choice of words, naivety, we're forgiving them. What she's doing is she's working in the interest of the country, and Liberians can rest assured that Senator Lawrence.
What are you people? What the CPP, the Cummins, the Cummins, Nyomblee CPP? What impression you want to give to Liberian people, especially you've been very, very visible in the fight against COVID? What do you want to do? What impression you giving? That you can do it better than the government is doing? That you're more organized than what the government is doing?
It's called leadership by example. It's called leadership by example. Charles Walker Bromsky, the man who founded this party, told us that leadership by example, exemplary leadership. I mean, come to think about it, world leaders having the first and second dose of the vaccine. What has stopped our president from going to sit down over there for 1 minute to take that vaccine? Do you know what we'll do for the fight against COVID? That the president is leading by example. Okay? So we don't want to be like the way Mr. Weah and his people are proceeding in government. We want to distinguish ourselves. So the best you can do in this country of ours, where everybody is thinking his own way for political reason, is to distinguish yourself. So now that people within the CPP, leaders within the CPP, Ambassador Barker has made huge donation. Mr. Ure has also done so. Mr. Cummings has hit the jackpot. 150,000. Right? Jewish Foundation. It's a welcoming thing. What has a president done to fight COVID-19? The last time we checked, they took 25 million for stimulus package.
That was then.
That was not then, Timas. The 25 million ghost is still haunting the government. The 25 million ghost is still haunting the government. And look, when the president wrote the legislature and said that they need 2 million to fight COVID, I was concerned. Has the legislature even considered the audit report that is so damning against the first they gave to the executive to fight COVID in the name of providing stimulus package for citizens? How can you give somebody additional money who cannot even account for 25 million T-Max? This is troubling. And in the end, we find ourselves in the area, under a leadership that doesn't care for the people. President Weah is here to take the vaccine. President Weah is playing volleyball. He's playing basketball on working days. When people are saying that we should avoid mass gathering, the other day you saw the front page story. So what message is President Weah sending out there to our folks who cannot read and write?
Why without playing major or stupid boy?
Well,
a president, you haven't heard that.
Well, in a book,
you didn't recite that.
In a book, Odi Wali or yes, one of the books, right? They say only a fool goes to bed with his neighbor house on fire. So when your country is crying that COVID is killing people, have you seen the number of people who bury every Saturday now? The country is in the red zone. And the president goes to play basketball on Monday. And you say, why will I play mixed jacket doorball? Okay, so it's up to him. But for us in CPP, we strongly think that the country deserves better. And that better is not being delivered by the Weah Joel leadership. And if we say that we can do better than them, we have to exhibit that quality. We have to exhibit
in times of crisis
that leadership ability. No time is more appropriate than this time. What Mr. Weah has done is to clearly tell you that he's not a leader. He's not a manager. So I think the entire CPP effort combined will surpass what the government has done.
Do we have the video? I was looking at. We have the video. Can our people see that, or you don't have that ready queued already? Okay, so we can wait and we can take our second break. Can I take my second break? And when we come back, we open the lines. At which time, if we have the make that adjustment, that we can see the video of Nyomblee mobilizing and enriching supplies for Liberia in the fight against COVID. Let's take that second break.
Bring my umbrella so I can rush to the bank before the line gets long.
So the bank? Under this ring? Let me laugh at you small, yeah? Yeah, big girls like me do banking from anywhere. All I need is a nice cup of coffee and a chair. It's time to start transferring some cash around.
Oh, you can transfer money from your bank account to your phone?
Simple. My account is connected to my wallet. Standing in line at banks is the least of my worry these days.
Orange Money Bank to Wallet is now with EcoBank. Transfer your money from the bank to your Orange Money wallet and vice versa. Register today with Orange Money Bank to Wallet and worry no more about standing in long queues at the bank. Now you can do your bank transfers from anywhere using your phone. Just dial *144# and follow instructions.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Anybody who know I get money for them in the market here, bring them closer to me with your food so I can send you quick cash. I'm too big to be holding people.
Bagu, you strong because the money you owe me is full of bucket. Anyway, if I get any problem with you, as long as you will add something to pay for the charges.
I got a surprise for you, Manko.
Enjoy more than a month long of Orange Money transactions free of charge. Yes, perform these Orange Money services. Send money and buy goods and services free of charge. I mean, no fees attached. Don't just stand there. Dial *144# now.
It's all about what matters to you. Orange.
Hello, your number one 100% Liberian-owned professional garage and auto parts dealer, Uptown Garage, is still around and going stronger and getting better. Yes, Uptown Garage at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets, after 20 years in the business, has a new spare parts store known as Uptown Spare Parts on Broad Street side. You don't have to order spare parts from overseas. You can purchase brand new spare parts for your car from us. No more used parts. For original spark plugs from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to us. Uptown Garage has a branch at Rehab that you can also count on. We have a diagnoser that can find and we fix any problem on your car. With our sophisticated equipment, we give 1 month warranty. We provide a tow truck free of charge if it's our garage that will work on your car, or we can tow your car anywhere for a fee. Uptown Garage has been around for 20 years now, providing reliable, efficient, and professional services and durable auto parts for your car. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 0777 553317, 0886 553317, or at our rehab branch on 0770 902865. Our email address is uptowngarage2014@gmail.com. Uptown Garage, always the best. Forget the rest.
Bring my umbrella so I can rush to the bank before the line gets long.
So the bank honor this ring. Let me laugh at you small, yeah. Yeah, big girls like me do banking from anywhere. All I need is a nice cup of coffee and a chair. It's time to start transferring some cash around.
Oh, you can transfer money from your bank account to your phone?
Simple. My account is connected to my wallet. Standing in line at banks is the least of my worry these days.
Orange Money Bank to Wallet is now with EcoBank. Transfer your money from the bank to your Orange Money wallet and vice versa. Register today with Orange Money Bank to Wallet and worry no more about standing in long queues at the bank. Now you can do your bank transfers from anywhere using your phone. Just dial *144# and follow instructions.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
Thank you, Roger. Back on 50-50 on Sky 107. We're showing the video of
Forgive my choice of words. Naivety. We are forgiving them.
So, Sando, what is that? Is that a warehouse or what is that?
Well, the lady who owns this place she contributed a whole lot. The cargo. See that?
Oh, okay.
Senator Lawrence.
What are you people? What the CPP, the Cummings?
You see, there you have it.
There you go.
So what in those boxes?
So the boxes contain I'm not a medical person, so they have oxygen connectors. You have supplements,
PPEs,
not PPEs necessarily, but the oxygen, because the hospital, they send a whole list of things that they needed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the items you're getting. I just lost short of the list. So the items you send, those are the items you're getting.
These are the ones that will come by.
Yeah, she bringing most of the things by cargo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm told she said everything went to 16 giant bags. It won't be coming in the next container, because of course she can bring everything by cargo. It's going to cost her a whole lot. She's going to pay almost like $5,750 for cargo on Brussels to have the items arrive here. These are all personal initiatives. So it's just good that Sky FM was very magnanimous enough to have followed the Senator's social media page. But T-Max, I think the bottom line of where we are is not what individuals who, in their own wisdom, can do to help this country. Is what our government is doing to buttress the effort of a citizen, right? When the government begins to take actions that clearly show that it is not committed to fighting COVID-19, then some are thinking twice, because they have the complement. She does not have the deepest pocket in the legislature to ensure that all of these supplements, because COVID-19, I mean, it's not curable. Even the vaccine, it can still attack you.
You got to understand that the government is broke.
The government is not broke. You know, Steve Max, look, how can you say the government is broke when an assistant minister of government? I mean, look at that vehicle that bought for his woman. Look at that vehicle. This is somebody who I have known for the day we are entered the legislature for 3 years. That man used to be one person who used to sit in the trunk because Mr. We have one Pajero Jeep. He never had a vehicle. In my portal, used to sit in the trunk of that vehicle. When they leave Banjo, because he used to spend most of the time to Banjo or rehab, when they come, all the security will get out and then he will get out from the trunk.
From the trunk of the car?
Yes. And this is the man today who buys his wife a 2019 Audi SUV. And not only that, but he washes the car with expensive champagne. This man is not.
Is there anything wrong somebody buying a car for his wife?
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. But then,
the publicity of it makes it
even the publicity is not wrong because this is a government that's adopted corruption as a guiding principle. The president himself is a chief patron of corruption. What do you expect from the assistant ministers? We are himself begin to
he's going to pay for that. If what you're saying, if Porter did, then his hair will roll.
I bet you, T-Max.
Why you mean you bet me?
I bet you, T-Max. We are is not the kind of leader who would take action against an official government who does such a thing.
In times like these?
He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. But there's a president who, the Ministry of Health issued regulations, right? No public gathering, no this, no that, and this and that. And the president himself is basically violating all of the regulations that were announced by the Ministry of Health. So you think this is a president who will have interest in reprimanding official government who flaunt their wealth on Facebook against the interest of the masses at the time where people crying, people cannot even afford regular meal every day, and a man buys his wife that kind of expensive car, and then he washes the car with champagne in the public and he display it? How can you flaunt wealth in a kind of poverty-stricken nation like that, T-Max? It's on the front. So yes, we look up to the government to see whether they can buttress the effort. Because like I said, the
citizens are buttressing the effort because government is leading this.
Government's not leading.
Government is leading the fight.
Not leading. If government was leading the fight, there wouldn't have been a tear outbreak of the virus. No. On the government, like a dacical approach to COVID.
That I mean, the one that the American government put.
Have you asked yourself?
On level 4 came from India.
Have you asked yourself?
So it's not because of.
Have you asked yourself why did the president dismiss the deputy immigration boss? Not dismiss, but suspend her for time indefinite. Have you asked yourself? The government has not managed the situation just by opening the airport. Look, we live in a global village. Just by opening your smartphone. I don't know what kind of phone you have, but just by opening your smartphone, you get connected to everything that happened across the world. Who doesn't know that people were dying in their thousands in India? I listened to a documentary on BBC. People were outside waiting. The hospital was so overwhelmed that people were outside waiting for people to die to be admitted.
Wow.
Yes. So even in the wake of that kind of reportage on the international wire, you still open your borders. You don't care for your citizens. You still open your borders. Right? So now, we have a situation where all the government hospitals across the country, T-Max, are almost shut down because there's no fuel generator. There's no pay for the workers there. The Ministry of Health runs a private clinic. That Hope for Women. That hospital, that clinic she runs is more equipped than all the government hospitals in Liberia. The Ministry of Health. So the government has to say that, yeah, it's a step that we're taking. For example, JFK is turning down patients. People who are showing signs and symptoms, they're turning them down. Where do they go? Why has the government not moved in and say, look, we're going to go to a public facility like the stadium and do an emergency setup there?
Big tanks outside.
Yeah, what are they waiting for? What are they waiting for? You saw how President Salif showed leadership during the outbreak of the Ebola virus. I mean, it ravaged close to 4,000 of our citizens because the fatality rate of the virus is very high.
Alas, we overcame that.
Yes, but it took leadership. It It took leadership.
I agree with you. So
I mean, I can't imagine, Mr. We are being president of Liberia in 2014 and 2015. I mean, this place would have been a ghost town by now. I can't just imagine. You cannot make a case for Liberia. You can make the case. So it's just unfortunate for us. But howbeit, we cannot let go of our hopes. We still have good people in this country. And I know that my party, the CPP, is committed to showcasing that leadership quality that is lacking. Everything that's happening in the country, as I always said, T-Max, is leadership. Lack of leadership. Do you think a president has not started building mansion for himself? You think your official government will be brave to go on Facebook and exhibit worth in the faces of our poor people? No. This man works directly at the Ministry of State. Mr. Ware is not going to take any action against him.
That is my disagreement.
He's not going to take any action.
That is my disagreement. Anyway, let me finish.
Well, T-Max.
Let me T-Max, than watching
T-Max, the more substantive issue here is that there is leadership lacking, and the Liberian people should be happy that the leaders of the CPP are exploiting the leadership gap to showcase their leadership and to intervene very positively during the outbreak of the Delta variant of the virus. So we appreciate all of our leaders. They've done extremely well in the CPP.
So let's open the lines now. Call us on that number on 07777-107 or call me on 0777221-223. You'll be live from 50/50 on Sky 107. Those numbers are placed on our Facebook page, Sky Communications Liberia, or our YouTube page, Sky FM, Sky TV Liberia. Let's go to the line. Talk to our very first caller. Good morning.
Good morning, T-Max.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you. This is the voice of John Yanti, a resident of the municipal borough of Kuchai.
You singing? If you want to go sing, go to the choir. I mean, I want us to be serious. If you want to sing, you sing. If you want to speak to people.
You want to protect your studio guests. I said we want to protect Daniel Sando.
No, I'm not talking about. No, speak to me like you will speak to somebody, but you're talking to somebody singing.
Okay, that doesn't matter. Let's go to the core issue. You know, T-Max, it is so sad and frustrating listening to Daniel Sando pouring ash and informations that are not fruitful to our country. Look at what the government is calling the greatness of fighting this coronavirus. Today, look at the chart of Africa. Looking at our region, Liberia is the least interest of contact. So why he got them doing that kind of thing? When today Liberian music has been used out of Liberia to spread the message of prevention. When today Liberians are wearing their nose masks regularly in the street, through the leadership was excellent Dr. George Maruia. So when Ghana go there, let Ghana speak on, Ghana trying to justify the international home, the Nyomblee Karmga Lawrence and the House alone all. That what you trying to justify?
When you travel then our honeymoon. Okay, I left that caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kimia.
Not bad, T-Max. Harrison and Sando.
Good morning. Do you have on your mask?
Yes, I have on my mask. I'm ready for it. But we don't have drugs in the Vera hospital. That's not a disappointment from the
Have you taken your vaccine?
I said it to you that the president should leave at will. And that's
so the
president
ain't taking, you are not taking.
He has to leave because he wants to vote for in 2023.
No.
Okay, let's get back to
let's get back there.
I think we welcome the lobbying cause of our Senator Nyomblee Karmga and Dar DeLong, and they are doing well. So there is the leadership we want. I think, President, we are right now. You should lead the kind of conditions to tell the international world that people are dying. Like Ellen did it. You should tell the people that you don't have drugs in the Vera hospitals. That's the language we need.
But the president has said that repeatedly.
And
he
get
went to
something
France.
for the police and what have you. I think people are dying in hospitals. I think we need drugs. We don't have beds in their hospitals. If we do this, I think we can save our population.
But the president did that when he went to France. He appealed to his friend and brother Macron. As a result of that, you saw what we.
Yeah, they were hugging one another, but
I'm not talking about the hugging. I'm not talking about the hugging. Asking
I'm
for
not talking about the
assistance.
police, tear gas and what have you. I think we need more drugs. I think drugs is the essential part of the whole COVID. We're well-paid, but if we don't have drugs, come on, malaria can kill you myself, and it should not be the case.
Thank
we
you
don't
very
have
much.
drugs in the general hospital.
Let's move over to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Tima.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
I'm Matthew Bruce.
Go ahead.
Yes, the question you asked, she's not really the question going to be like, don't. So what is the question is asking concerning the country of America? So this photo all around full stop. Let's say 19. What is she doing? People?
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 07777 You'll be live on 5050 on Sky. 107. Our special studio guest, Daniel Sando, is the chief of office staff in the office of Honorable Senator Nyomblee Karmga Lawrence. Let's go back to line 2. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Line 2 is not ready. So Nyomblee is due in today.
Yes.
She's been in the country today.
She's arriving in the country today. She will be at the Capitol building tomorrow.
She's coming along with Darrows?
Well, I'm not too sure about that.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Dragon.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
Let me say, I'm H. Napoleon Noah.
Okay.
And I call from New Georgia.
Go ahead, Nat.
Let me say good morning to Honorable Daniel Sando. Mr. Jaja, I listened to the show keenly. Senator Nyomblee Karmga Lawrence have been trying her best. We all know that even from the Ebola pandemic and even up to now, no one will want to leave this country and go on honeymoon for God's sake and leaving the people in this kind of a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
As Daniel Sando said, she will be back today and she will come. Mr. Jaja, let's look at the president. What had the government done? The president left from here and went France. The Liberian people tax money were used just to go see Lady Stadium, his son stadium. I think it's for me, I can't get it. They may have $4 million just to tour 14 countries. Mr. Jaja, do you want to tell me that all the money finished? Mr. Erin travel in this country and money left over and she brought it back to the country. What sincerity is not in this government?
How many times you brought money back?
Even it can be one time.
No, but don't compare that now. What else you brought? I mean,
no, but Mr. Jaja, the thing is clear. To tour 14 countries where you can even move from here before daybreak, you can even buy $2, $3, $4 million finish.
$4 million United States dollars?
Yes, in this kind of a country, people buying car and using beer, wasting it on it, using language and eating food, mocking a Liberian people.
Wow. Thank you very much. Let's go to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
Yeah, my name is Sammy. I'm calling from Australia.
Go ahead, Sam.
I want to say a big thank you to everyone that's contributing towards the COVID stuff, and regardless of their position in government, is something that should be welcoming. We shouldn't be there condemning it because of the current status in the country. We know that the country cannot provide everything, so we should just be there and tell each and everyone thanks for putting little contribution together and stop politicizing everything in Liberia, be it opposition or government. But there's something else I just want to interject into your program that really on my mind, really got to me, was the new Omega market that was opened yesterday. I don't think the government did the Liberian people justice. It was really disgraceful and shameful the way they dislodged those people. The market building is good, but the market building spot is not enough. This is my suggestion, or this is my recommendation, what the government could have done. Now, every time you talk about diaspora and Liberian tapping into Liberia, this would have been one of the perfect opportunities for this government. Allocate lots, have land spot, half acre, one lot, depends. Give it to a typical Liberian, ask them to lease the land, and then get them to build those structures and rent the place to the people in real life. T-Max, but now that market will have been built and finished, and around that market will have get other business areas. But when you look at the way people were running around yesterday looking for spot in that swamp, what if there is a heavy pour of rain? It was really, really bad on the part of the government. I don't think they treated the Liberian people fairly or rightly. You don't treat your citizens that way. It could have been any of them. I don't think they would have treated their relative that way. And they're talking about continuing the COVID spread in Liberia. Look at what happened there yesterday. Everyone is everywhere. Everyone is talking. Everyone is touching and walking, and you name the rest. How do you expect to control COVID in that kind of situation? So it is still not late yet. Let the government try to do something about it. Put the message out there. Encourage Liberians that can afford to build a store or shop or market area. Let them lease the land from the government and let them rent the places to those people. The government cannot do everything.
Thank you very much. Can we take our last break? Let's go to the line to talk to our last caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Tima, and good morning to Liberians following the conversation. Tima, my name is Sam Walker, and I speak to you from Central Monrovia.
Go ahead, Sam.
I listened to a brother friend of mine, and Daniel. I think he spoke, but on the other hand, Tima, if we say we love the people, we always do things, we always represent them, we will always, sit by them and ask for their pledge. What are some of those things? Most especially the kind of crisis that we are in. I mean, Senator Nyomblee Karmga Lawrence traveling to the USA and that for Senator Dillon. I'm not in support of it. I'm not a favorite of this idea. I think, on the other hand, it was wrong. Because if you look at the people, these are challenging times, and people in Grand Bassa and the other people, they will not understand that, this lady went over there for this and this and for so and so. In as much as you don't explain these things to people, why you go going, what the basis of your trip, explain, then you just let the people in limbo. Even government officials say, who have plan of travel. They are not, let's say, for example, Honorable Suggestion should have traveled a long time, but because of the issue, so he decided to just sit. Let me
get something clear from you. The fight against COVID at this level 4 is not anything we don't have the tools locally to deal with that, which is why the president took the lead, went to France, and some other people are coming, was in America. When level 4, the Delta variant came, it flew back, and Nyomblee left before that time. All of them are in the same boat, trying to get the stuff that we need to fight. It means that nobody should have left Liberia. Nobody should have left Liberia, right?
The important trip that the president was going on was averted to another intellectual discourse. That the president was going on a honeymoon. So you see what the president brought back in the country. So I mean, these things.
My man, you contradicting yourself. You say nobody should have left Liberia. That's what I'm telling you, that people have to get out to make it. No, wait. Don't be your contradiction. Don't be your contradiction. Let me learn. I don't want to get the power to keep you on or to cut you. Just so let me learn. The stuff that we need to fight COVID cannot be procured locally. We can't do anything about it locally. There's nothing we have. We don't manufacture PPEs here. If people of goodwill, that the president there went to France, talked to his counterpart, look, my people are dying. I need A, B, C, D to deal with the situation. It's all right. People have to go out to procure the stuff we need to survive. Let's take our last break, and when we come back, we're going straight to Studio 8 to Boki, now Princess, this morning, to give us comment from our social media users.
Anybody who know I get money for them in the market here, big and close out to me with your food so I can send you quick cash. I too big to be holding people.
Bagu, you strong because the money you owe me is far forget. Anyway, we might get any problem with you as long as you will add something to pay for the charges.
I got surprise for you, Mampo.
Enjoy more than a month long of Orange Money transactions free of charge. Yes, perform these Orange Money services. Send money and buy goods and services free of charge. I mean, no fees attached. Don't just stand there. Dial *144# now.
It's all about what matters to you.
Orange.
Bring my umbrella so I can rush to the bank before the line gets long.
So the bank under this ring. Let me laugh at you small, yeah. Yeah, big girls like me do banking from anywhere. All I need is a nice cup of coffee and a chair. It's time to start transferring some cash around.
Oh, you can transfer money from your bank account to your phone?
Simple. My account is connected to my wallet. Standing in line at banks is the least of my worry these days.
Orange Money Bank to Wallet is now with EcoBank. Transfer your money from the bank to your Orange Money wallet and vice versa. Register today with Orange Money Bank to Wallet and worry no more about standing in long queues at the bank. Now you can do your bank transfers from anywhere using your phone. Just dial *144# and follow instructions.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange. Hello, your number one 100% Liberian-owned professional garage and auto parts dealer, Uptown Garage, is still around and going stronger and getting better. Yes, Uptown Garage at the intersection of Broad and Nelson Streets, after 20 years in the business, has a new spare parts store known as Uptown Spare Parts on Broad Street side. You don't have to order spare parts from overseas. You can purchase brand new spare parts for your car from us. No more used parts. For original spark plug from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly, come to us. Uptown Garage has a branch at Rehab that you can also count on. We have a diagnoser that can find and we fix any problem on your car. With our sophisticated equipment, we give 1 month warranty. We provide a tow truck free of charge if it's our garage that will work on your car, or we can tow your car anywhere for a fee. Uptown Garage has been around for 20 years now, providing reliable, efficient, and professional services and durable auto parts for your car. Contact Uptown Garage head office on 0777 55 3317, 0886 55 3317, or at our rehab branch on 0770 902865. Our email address is uptowngarage2014@gmail.com. Uptown Garage, always the best. Forget the rest.
Thank you very much. Back on 50-50 on Sky 107. Let's go straight to Studio A to Boki, who will read for us the comment from our social media users. And let me remind you that the comments you're about to hear are not comments from Sky, from our social media users. So this over to you, Julius.
Okay, thank you, T-Max. And I started with this one from Walker Sam J. Flourish. He said, "Good morning, T-Max and Liberians across the globe. T-Mac, thanks for bringing my own brother, Daniel O. Sando, in studio to discuss issues as they unfold. I see no logic and sincerity in what my brother is saying there. There's no justification about this. The senator has abandoned the people she represents, evidence of her continuous stay in the U.S. The general theory says those who preach equity must come with clean hands. Join you guys live from Central Morovia." Martin Wilmer Brown says, and I read, "Good morning, T-Max. The stringent measure of MPhil has put in place at the RRA is belated. Why they delay all this? Why? There was huge sum of money collected for COVID testing, where they waited for things to go out of hand before putting these measures in place. It is so sad." Let's go to Henry Moore. But say, "Any news on the 4 missing boys? Where is Moses?" Musa Sharif said, "Good morning, T-Max and Pretty Princess." Of course, Princess is not here today. "The government can make a great positive impact on the lives of our people by using the media and other TV stations. First, let all government officials be an example to take the vaccination, and trust me, everybody will be vaccinated." T. Sylvester Nyenswa said, "Good morning, T-Max. I'm following the 50-50 show." He said, "I'm following the show about this time from the borough of Nickel Town, respectively. Many thanks for the show." Let's go to Moses K. Ross. "I hope those that have been making nonsensical remarks are listening with their limited minds. Levi Thompson said, Nyomblee been in the Senate since 2011 or 2006. What happened to the hospitals in Grand Bassa is this time the only time when she, okay, I don't know what he's trying to say there. James Quay said, Timas, the signal keeps dropping. Could it be the weakness of the internet? That's a big question there to T-Max. And Morris S. Gable said, good morning, T-Max. And good morning to the listening audience following the broadcast. T-Max, I write from my comfort zone into community along the Honorable Abraham Vamoyan Kone Avenue. 50-50, did I hear that the CDC Youth League condemned Minister J. Emmanuel Porter because of the lives he lives? Why don't they ask President George Weah, who's refused to publish his asset or so-called 80 million that his sedition said he had before he took office? Or why not the Youth League question President Weah for the many housing units that he constructing just less than 6 months in office? I leave it right there. Hayton Wulejedo say, good morning, T-Max. And the beautiful princess not here. I'm live from the Propo corner in Logan Town as a Propo defender. T-Max, General Sando will never go against his boss lady. Sincerely, the Grand Bassa Senator Nyomblee Karmga Lawrence and Senator Abraham Darros DeLong have balanced U.S. in, I don't know what he's saying there, but let me go quickly to our YouTube channel to take one comment from there quickly. And this one from Roosevelt Banks says, good morning, the Doyon talk show host in Liberia. Thanks for the show, watching from Browville City. Back to you, T-Max, for the continuation of the program 50-50.
Thank you very much. We'll be back on 50-50 on Sky 107. Before we take leave of Brother Sando, let me read for you our choice for the editorial for today's show. Is coming from the front page newspaper with the caption, flaunting wealth amid poverty. Flaunting wealth amid poverty. Last week found a number of high-profile Liberian officials facing controversies regarding allegations that they have been flaunting the good life in the midst of some hard times in Liberia. Senator Darros DeLong of the opposition Liberty Party, one of the four parties making up the collaborating political party, the CPP, was caught in the lie regarding his recent trip to the United States of America. The senator drew attention to himself when he posted a photograph of himself having discussion in the business class section of a New York-bound Delta Airlines flight. Amid the controversy, the senator took to Facebook to explain that he actually flew economy class, but only walked over to the business class section to chat with some friends. A front page African investigation later uncovered that the senator had actually purchased an economy class ticket, but upgraded it to a Class Z business class ticket out of Accra, Ghana. While some have said that they see nothing wrong with the senator who has been critical of President George Manuel Weah and his officials flying private jet and first class on trips, they have taken issue with the senator's poor decision to lie about the scandal which has rocked his credibility as the lone and shining light in the upper house of the national legislature. Also last week, Mr. J. Emmanuel Porter, Deputy Minister of State at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, came under fire over a Facebook post in which he showcased the purchase of an Audi SUV for his wife, sprayed with expensive bottles of champagne. Mr. Len Eugene Nabwe also came under fire over the Facebook post captioned, Food versus Men Semifinals, Turkey and Fish versus Vegetables, showcasing a spending meal at a local restaurant. Both Nambwe and Porter have come under fire from the National Youth League of the ruling Coalition for Democratic Change, who accused the pair of flaunting wealth at the expense of the struggling masses. The youth league condemnation is now small matter. What is described as the temptation, provocation, and naked display of wealth by the two public officials at a news conference last week. The three controversies are reignited a familiar theme which has troubled the foundation of Africa's oldest republic for quite some time now. Former United States President Barack Obama once remarked in July 2018 at a forum in Johannesburg, South Africa, that ballooning wealth inequality is a threat to a society, and that those who have the means should help those who are less fortunate. He said, and I quote, "There's only so much one can eat. There's only so big a house one can live in. There's only so many nice trips one can take. I mean, it's enough," unquote. The fronting of wealth, particularly at a time in Liberia and the rest of the world, is dealing with a deadly coronavirus pandemic, speaks volume in a nation where many are still languishing at the bottom of the economic ladder. In the case of Senator Dillon, it is not so much about him upgrading to a low-grade business class, but the issue of credibility. The self-proclaimed light of the Senate let a lot of supporters down. The pattern of ill-advised action over the past year has dampened the senator's ability to take on the powers that be. This is why it is important for public officials to avoid flaunting their unexplained wealth in public. Liberia, the country of more than 4.61 million inhabitants, remains one of the least developed countries in the world. More than half of the population lives in poverty. The Ebola pandemic precipitated a prolonged economic crisis, which in turn created a serious political and social tension in 2019. The corona pandemic is also poised to deal similar headache for Africa's older republic. For those fronting wealth and showing off their action only angered a nation that time after time has failed to gravitate away from the vices that led it to war, but instead continues to endure headaches, pain, and suffering because he has failed to learn from the mistakes that had it to its current predicament. There is simply no excuse for those flaunting wealth. It only shows that they are inconsiderate to the suffering of the masses, to the detriment of those at the helm of power. That is the end of the editorial with the caption "Flaunting Wealth Amid Poverty." Mr. Sando, thank you very much for accepting our invitation to throw light on the Nyomblee's state of what she's doing in the States and what she intends to bring to Liberia.
Thank you, T. Max. It was a pleasure being with you. I think it was very important that we came here to talk about some of the initiative our office and the senator is involved with. I think now that the news has gone forth, Liberians can rest assured that Senator Lawrence is not a leader who is insensitive. She's a leader who listens. I listened to my good friend, Sam Walker. I don't know the logic he tried to propound, but I think it was very unfortunate for him to be saying that the trip the senator made to the United States was absolutely irrelevant without realizing the outcome. I think what people out there should be doing is to measure the outcome. Has she not gone to the U.S. to, organize emergency meeting with a board, meet potential donors? Would she have gotten the items she bringing? Of course, no. Has she stayed in Liberia and then sit home quarantining herself in the name of observing COVID-19 regulation? Or what help would that have been to the public? Okay, so we should place our lenses on. These public leaders are open to criticism, right? When they do the wrong thing, you criticize them. It's healthy. The criticism has to be healthy. So, but you can say that.
But she left, and Georgia left, and opposition political parties and opposition Liberians were really insulting. They did the same thing. Everybody left.
Of course,
we are went for the assistance to seek assistance. Nyomblee, according to what you just told, or went to seek assistance.
The thing with Mr. Weah's trip to France, we have to be very careful because
because 37% went with him.
Not just that. The executive mansion had announced that the president was going to be speaking at the forum, that he was going to be addressing the forum on gender-related issues. That turned out to be a big lie. And I've not seen that on the front pages of the newspapers, that the executive mansion lied to the public, okay? The essence of the president's trip was for him to go and deliver a keynote address at the forum, which was not the case. The president was not recognized. He was not a speaker. His name was never on the list of people who spoke at that program. So they lied in the first place. So it tells you that there was an undertone to the president's trip to France. It's either he had gone to celebrate his 28th, I'm told, 28th wedding anniversary.
Could have done it here. Didn't have to go to France to do it.
They didn't have to go to France. His son won the trophy. You saw them. They went to the academy where his son lived. They spoke to him and everything. They were publicized. So I think the president's trip was not just about going to fetch for assistance for Liberia in terms of fighting COVID. He went for a lot of things. And so you spend all of the country resources. So, I mean, the thing is that even though Senator Lawrence is a public figure, but her trip to the U.S. was not sponsored by government. It was not sponsored by taxpayer money. Okay? She and then got to realize that the country is in the red zone. And she said, I will use my presence in the States to raise resources and get some needed equipment and material to take back home, which is good. In the case of Mr. Weah, we use our taxpayer money.
But that's what we're supposed to do,
right? We use our tax. So
it's our employees.
So that is even more. That is even more. And that's why the eyebrow was raised. So what was the outcome of the trip? Now, if you calculate what it costs you to charter a private jet, go to France for a couple of days, 4 days, 5 days, and come back and apply the same cost to 40,000 testing kit, I think it was a waste of money. Okay, so we can say that for a record. But in the case where somebody uses private resources, go for a business, visit, to the United States and say, I'm going to get all these things, the best you can do in this case is to commend the effort the senator has made to buttress what the government has done or failed to do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim Max, and we look forward to.
Can you give her assurance that when she comes by Wednesday, she will be here at 50-50?
Well, we're working out possibility to ensure whether it can be done by camera.
Because I want to talk to her face to face.
Sure, we're going to do that. I'm sure maybe we got to talk after the show. The same medium show which you hosted, Mr. Cummings.
Okay.
The other day via Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
We can do similar thing. We can work out the modality, but I think it will be very important that she speaks to the country in her capacity as Senator of Grand Bassa County and chairperson of the CPP and political leader of the Liberty Party. We're going to work that out, T-Max.
Thank you very much. And I know we come to the end of this edition of 50-50. My name is T-Max. Thanks to our special studio guest, Daniel Sando, for accepting our invitation. And thanks to you for participating on this edition of 50-50. My name is T-Max. See you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye for now.
No cards, no gimmicks.